this video, you will learn how to create and manage rubrics at the course level.
Rubrics are tools that allow you to set up custom or outcome-based assessment criteria for scoring assignments. You might use rubrics to establish grading expectations for students, align learning outcomes to course assignments, and evaluate online submissions via SpeedGrader. There are a couple ways to create a rubric. One way is to create a rubric in advance and attach it to an assignment later. For instance, you could create a rubric that includes criteria for grading all discussions in your course and then attach the rubric to each discussion as it is created. You can also create a rubric in conjunction with creating an assignment. This strategy is good for projects or assignments that contain more variance in criteria. To create a new rubric, first click Outcomes in Course Navigation. Click the Manage Rubrics button to access your course rubrics. Then, click the Add Rubric button on the right to start creating a rubric. Type a title in the text field. To update or change the criterion, click the Edit icon. A pop-up window will appear in your browser where you can edit the longer description and the title and the description of the criterion. Simply type in your description and the longer description and click Update Criterion. To add a rubric rating, hover over a cell border and click the plus symbol to split a single cell in two. Splitting cells in a row is often necessary when you want to employ more levels of success than are provided by default. Edit the point value of a criterion by clicking the edit icon within the rating and typing in the points field. Click the delete icon in the criterion box to delete the criterion. You will only see the delete option for criterion ratings that you are able to delete. Click the Add Criterion to add a new criterion to the rubric. You can duplicate the existing criterion or add a new one. Type what you need in there and then click Update Criterion. You can delete the new criterion or edit it as you need to. You can also align course outcomes within the rubric. To do this, click the Find Outcome link. From here, you can search for the appropriate outcome and click Import. You will then see your outcome in the rubric. So here, we don't have all of the outcomes at the account level, so you would have to import them at the course level, and a video will be available on how to do that later. To edit an existing course rubric, click the name of the rubric and click the Edit Rubric button. Well, first let's create this one and then we can go and do that. I'm going to click on an existing rubric. This was an imported rubric, so it cannot be modified once. It has been used in more than one place. So I'm going to go back and find a different one. And here I have the option to edit the rubric. This is a Read to Self rubric. After I edit the rubric, I save, update the rubric, and my rubric will be edited. Rubrics can be added to assignments, graded discussions, and quizzes. To attach a rubric, open either assignments, discussions, or quizzes in course navigation. So we'll start with assignments. Open assignments. Open the assignment that you want to add the rubric to. And then at the bottom, you'll see plus rubric. Choose that. On the right, find a rubric. Navigate to the rubric that you're looking for. After you have found the rubric, click Use this rubric. It is a similar option when using a discussion. Find the discussion. The discussion has to be a graded discussion in order for you to be able to add a rubric to it. So the first thing you're going to want to do is make sure that you have your discussion set up to be graded. Once you have your discussion set up to be graded, you'll be given the option to add a rubric. So you will simply click on the Settings button, the 3 dots on the right, and click Add Rubric. From here, you'll be able to go out and find your rubric and add it. And finally, for quizzes, you will find your quiz. And on the 3 buttons, you can show the rubric that you're interested in. Click Add Rubric, find a rubric, and choose the rubric. To edit an existing rubric that is attached to a graded assignment, click the Edit icon. Here it says that it's being used in more than one place, and any changes that I make will result in a new rubric based on the old rubric. I'm going to click OK because I only want to change the rubric for this one assignment. Now from here I can change the rubric. When I am finished changing the rubric, I can update the rubric, and I can use some of these options down here if I would like to. If I add a rubric to a quiz, whatever grade that I give the quiz will override anything that I use with the rubric. So I can start by editing my rubric and then do an overall grade at the end. Now you are ready to use rubrics for grading. To ensure that the grade calculated in the rubric while grading auto populates in the gradebook, make sure you checked the box for Use this rubric for assignment grading setting in the rubric you will be using. So to look at this, I'm going to edit this. And I want to use this rubric for assignment grading. Update the rubric. And I am done. Okay. You'll notice that it changed the point value here from 0 initially to 16 points because that's what my rubric is worth. To begin scoring, open SpeedGrader for the assignment, graded discussion or quiz, and click the View Rubric button. Select the grade for each criteria by clicking on the box. You've now completed this tutorial video on rubrics. For additional information on this or any other topic about Canvas, just visit guides.canvaslms.com. You can also ask questions and engage with other Canvas users by visiting community.canvaslms.com, or you can email me at lisaj@usd383.org.